that you can hear in the background, well, you probably can't hear it, but either or. I am watching Raw, but there were so many matches that I could care less about, so I decided why not do a Q&A. This is my mini Q&A number 39. Thank you guys so much for sending me these questions. And before I get started, I just want to let y'all know, I do appreciate highly for you guys sending me so many questions. But for those that are thinking that their questions are not being answered and they send me a whole slew of questions, I'm going to try to get to them one at a time because I don't want this Q&A to go on for 15 minutes and beyond. I'm trying to make it less than that so it'll be less upload time. So I'm going to get to your questions, but it's going to probably be one at a time, and I might not get all through them in one session, but I'm going to do my best. But let's get started with the first set of questions that comes to me via Twitter, and this actually comes from Mr. Kenneth Cook. I want to thank you for sending me these questions via Twitter, man. You are awesome, and I'm going to literally put his Twitter name in on the end credits. So if anybody wants to talk to him about wrestling on Twitter, you by all means can. And I'm going to definitely give him a shout out for I guess if you have your own YouTube channel, man, definitely check him out. He's a pretty cool guy to talk to. But let's get started here with this first set of questions for me. Do you have an Xbox 360 or PS3? If so, is there a game entitled Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection and Sonic and Knuckles is in it? Yeah, it is. And it's actually pretty cool. It's practically like every single Sonic game known to man, all rolled up into one. Even the ones that suck is on there too. And honestly, guys, if you're a huge Sonic fan, check it out. I'm actually thinking about getting it. I really am. I mean, please check it out as soon as my Xbox Live starts to work. But anyway, your next set of questions for me, actually your final set of questions for me is, which video game series is better? Final Fight or Streets of Rage? Ooh. They're both good! Okay, arcade-wise, I'm going to say Final Fight. Console, Streets of Rage. There you go. Good questions, man. Thank you so much for sending me those. And let's get started with my YouTube questions. Let's go to Final Limits 1. Dude, you have sent me a lot, and I do appreciate you for that. But I'm going to get to one at a time, so let's get started here. Is it just me, or is NJ boring and Dan is better than the two? Ouch, man. Honestly, I don't really say that NJ is boring because NJ is downright comical. For his impression of the Big Show, especially during his crying phase, I was rolling. It was hilarious. Honestly, it was the funniest I have ever seen. I could not stop laughing. And he actually, the way that he speaks is very mellow, and he takes his time on certain things. But I will say this. He does things out of a fan perspective, and he's very mellow about it. And I liked his videos. I really do. Especially his personal ones. And it kind of gives you a glimpse into who he is. And as for Dan, Daniel is more business oriented, which I really do like his videos because it gives you an idea on how the wrestling business really does work. For those that have our own input, like me, I don't know beans about business. But for those that put on our own input, we think that they're pretty much doing it wrong. But regardless of that, he kind of gives you an idea on how it would be in a business aspect and how it will really work and not work. So I really do like his videos as well. Yeah, he uses a lot of technical terms sometimes, as well as being a little bit more, I mean, yeah, he's a better talker when it comes to that because he uses a lot of technical words. But honestly, I think they're both good. I really do. I don't think that NJ's boring at all. But I do really think that they have their own personalities for their videos. But you should both check them out. Anybody that watches the British Fist or fans of British Fist should check out these guys and their personal videos. Moving on from there. Did you get GTA 5? No. I'm not really planning on getting it. It's not really a big deal to me. What are your top 10 video game characters? Good grief, dude. I'm going to have to do a video on that, and I'm going to send it to you personally. Or I'm going to send it to you personally. Or better yet, I'm just going to put it up. Who knows? I don't know. I'm actually going to do my own personal video on that, and I'll get back to you. Why haven't you been doing Q&As as of late? Well, okay, I'm going to be completely honest here. My job really does get a little hectic during the fall season, and I have been exhausted as of late. Not only that, I've been having issues with YouTube. Like, every time I try to upload a video, it says I have about 1,000 minutes to go. And it's just something that's just really off, and nothing really goes right with Firefox, so I'm having to switch to Chrome. But either or, I'm working on it. I'm still going to do my best to put out as many videos as I can that will not bore the crap out of you guys. But I do appreciate the subscribers that have stuck with me. Unfortunately, I have lost a lot of subscribers as of late. But I really do appreciate those that have stuck it out with me. And I will do my best to just try to churn out as much product as I can. Okay, what if your dogs have been bitten by a raccoon and turns to an iguana like mine? That would be weird, and definitely that would be a really weird dream, I guess. But that's interesting. Okay. Well, okay. What do you think of stupid DB marks that wanted a refund because Daniel Bryan got stripped of the title by Triple H and Night of Champions? Honestly, in my humble opinion, I think it's kind of childish, but that's just me. I'm not really a mark for anyone except for Ric Flair. I will probably mark out if Ric Flair would call me one day. But on the real, I don't know. I think it's a little childish, but that's just me personally. But that's how they feel about it. They're super fans. Nothing wrong with that. But do appreciate those questions, man. And let's go on to Are You Grad 0622. Just gave you a shout out on Twitter, man. Which version of the Four Horsemen is your favorite? Flair, Anderson, Blanchard, and Wyndham with James Dillon. Honestly, anything with Flair is awesome for me. Anything with Flair is awesome for me. Who meant more? Who meant more to the original ECW? The franchise, Shane Douglas, or Tommy Dreamer? I'm gonna be honest with you. I really did not watch ECW that much at all because at the time, ECW rarely came on television. Not where I was. Like at the time when Raw started to make their own appearance, USA Network was a fresh new network. It was a network that was supposed to be patriotic. And it was a fresh new network. ECW did not so much come along. Like, if they actually did show it, they showed it late at night. So I really didn't have a chance to watch it. But I do know about Tommy Dreamer. I know about the franchise wars. So I'm going to go by that. Tommy Dreamer is an awesome, awesome dude. He is a dude with serious aggression. Shane Douglas, I'm going to have to go back and actually watch his footage. And maybe I can have a better comparison. So I will say that I really do feel that Tommy Dreamer is an awesome, awesome guy. But does it really matter because ECW is now no more? So I guess it really didn't matter who was better. Who are the top Intercontinental champions? Who are your 5 top IC champions? Jericho, Randy Savage, Mr. Perfect, Bret Hart, or Shawn Michaels? Okay, I was gonna say in order. Bret Hart, Mr. Perfect, Randy Savage, Shawn Michaels, and Chris Jericho. Now, the reason why I had Mr. Perfect before Randy Savage, even though Randy Savage really did put honor and respect into that belt, I'm gonna say that Mr. Perfect was the one that actually did get it more noticed because of his character, because of who his character was. I'm not saying that he's bigger than Randy Savage, but I'm saying that he had some kind of it was something about his character that literally just made people just turn and be like, oh my gosh. While Randy Savage, don't get me wrong, he was awesome in his heyday. He really was. He's pretty much one of the greatest IC champions of all time. I'm not going to deny that. But it's something about Mr. Perfect's character that had prestige, that did something to that belt, that made that belt more respectful. Unlike Randy Savage that had to perform well to make that belt more respectful, Mr. Perfect didn't have to do as much. It was just his name alone that brought prestige to that belt. That's my whole opinion of it. So that's my list. Who is better, RVD or Jerry Lynn? Don't know who Jerry Lynn is. I'm going to have to go back and watch the Jerry Lynn's footage. I will say that I am very impressed on the flexibility of RVD and how he can get himself out of tough binds. So I will say RVD for now, but I will check on Jerry Lynn and see how he is, and I could be wrong. Who is the best women of the original ECW? Again, I really haven't watched ECW, so I didn't really have to watch the women's division. I do remember Dawn Marie, and Dawn Marie got on my last nerve. But, yeah, I really wasn't into it. I was into more of the divas than I was into ECW. And, of course, I didn't have the channel to watch it, so I really didn't know what came on. So I will say that I can't really answer that question because I don't know about any of them except for Dawn Marie, and she annoyed the crap out of me. But let's get started with my final set of questions. Comes from Real Harold. Why does black people in so many prank videos always trying to start fights? Dude, I can't answer that. I may be black, but I'm not the token black. Will Cena and Undertaker streak at Mania? Everybody keeps saying John Cena, but honestly, as much as I love Dean Ambrose and as much as I wanted Dean Ambrose to be the guy, it seems to me that they're starting to really pan off of the whole Shield thing. So it does look like this is going to be another challenge for John Cena. I hate to say it, but John Cena is going to be hated even more now. He's going to be hated even more after beating The Undertaker than he is right now. So in my humble opinion, that's a bad decision. But thanks, guys, so much for sending me these questions. If you guys have any more questions to send for me, please send it to me via YouTube, in my YouTube inbox, or on Twitter at RKH30, hashtag NatureGirlQ&A. This is NatureGirl30 signing off. Peace out. Later.